Welcome to today. So you'll want a chair for today's class. One that's not too high, so this is kind of a normal chair height. And then ideally you can have either a yoga bolster or 2 or 3 pillows. And these will be used at the same time at the end of class, so I will kind of cue how that's going to be used when time comes. Welcome to today. Just keep an eye to see if anyone else is joining. Great. So setting up your space, your yoga mat, or whatever space you're on this morning, or afternoon or evening, depending if you're watching the replay. Find a comfortable seat. So that can be sitting on your shins, sitting on your sit bones. We'll be sitting here for a little while, so make sure that this is an easy seat, Sukhasana, a sweet and easy seat for you. And then everyone take a deep breath in, fill your lungs, fill your abdomen, fill your pelvic bowl. An option to sigh it out or just let it out, exhale. Take a moment, if it's comfortable for you, close down the eyes. Feeling into your body, where your body meets the mat or the floor beneath you. Feeling all the contact points, perhaps the weight and the support. Working together to make your contact to the earth. And then wherever your body is making contact with the ground, I invite you to send your breath there, almost as if the earth were breathing for you. So as you breathe in, you're breathing in down deep through the body. And then as you're exhaling, you're releasing and allowing that breath, that air to move back up through the body and out through the nostrils, sealing the lips. Inhaling through the nose, sealing the lips. Breathing down deep into the earth. And then exhaling and feeling that breath rising up through the body. Keeping the eyes closed, take your hands together and begin to rub them vigorously, generating some heat, generating some movement and friction. Keeping the shoulders down and soft, keeping the elbows by the sides of the body, rubbing together even faster. And then when you feel the heat between your hands, gently cup your hands over your eyes. Maybe you can feel the heat penetrate into your skull, penetrate into your eye sockets, touching the eyelids, the eyelashes. Breathing in. And softening on the exhale. One more time, take your hands together, rub them. And then when they feel warm enough, once more, hands to your eye sockets, cupping your eyelids. Heel of the palm pressing into your cheekbone. Gently, firmly. And then begin to slide so you can create a little crack in this cocoon we've created. Sliding your hands down your face, take your fingertips to your cheekbones and begin to take your fingertips in circles on your cheekbones. We're going to do a little bit of a jaw massage this morning. So take your fingertips to your cheekbone, underneath your cheekbone, maybe to the sides near your ears, your jaw, moving down what's called the masseter muscle that connects your lower jaw to your cheekbone. taking this in circles, moving down. You might find some, what my mom calls Rice Krispies. And so if you do, I invite you to really get in there, being gentle and mindful, but really giving yourself the attention, the love, the consideration that you deserve in this moment. And then once that feels complete, drop the hands, float them to your thighs, shoulders forward, up and down. And we'll take some neck rolls really gently, and we'll take these in half circles today. So inhale through center, let your shoulders soften down, the crown of your head lengthen up. And then when you exhale, right ear to right shoulder, rounding, circling the head forward, chin to chest, complete the exhale. And when you inhale once more, take the ear to the opposite shoulder, opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Pause here at the height of your inhale, and as you exhale, circle forward, nose comes forward and down. Inhale, ear to opposite shoulder. And then exhaling forward and down. As you do this, and repeat this with your own breath, with your own mindful awareness, I invite you to consider, like last class, your head to be this bowling ball. So let the weight of your head really explore the range and diameter of this circle you're creating for yourself. Breathing in and out. Maybe as you continue your circles, you bring the ear to the shoulder and tilt the chin a little bit up to the ceiling, just slightly, exploring the limits of your range of motion. Taking 2 more rolls. And in these last 2 rolls, if it's comfortable for you, you can take the head back, completing the circle, just if it's comfortable. Really being mindful and slow and aware. Last time, switching directions if you're taking a full circle. And I'll meet you with our chins to our chest. Gently bring your head up. I invite you to close the eyes if they are not already closed. And then take one hand to your heart. The other hand will land on top of that hand, holding this space. Breathing in, feeling your heart fill your hands. Breathing out, feeling your hands support and fill your heart. And if there's anyone or anything that you would like to dedicate today's practice to, I invite you to do so now. Any dedication for you to move the efforts, the energy of today's session for you. And if you have someone or something in mind, in your mind, clearly or out loud clearly, I invite you to say that name, to describe that thing here. William. Deep breath in. Gentle breath out. Feeling that dedication take root and take hold, let's begin today's class. Softly opening the eyes, rolling over your shins, we'll come to tabletop all fours. So your Wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, index fingers forward, and we're going to start with a moving swan. So this is a moving cat-cow pose. As you inhale, you'll press into the ground, bend your elbows, and pull your hands to your knees as your heart comes forward. Drop the belly and the chin comes up. As you exhale, you'll lengthen through the elbows, push the ground away, and then navel to spine, curl the tailbone under and allow your hips to move back in space. Inhale, bend the elbows, drag the mat forward, heart down, belly down, chin up. Exhaling, press the ground away, tuck the tailbone, move the hips back, press back. Continue this with your own breath, continue this, and imagine that every single vertebrae in your spine is clicking into place. You're really articulating evenly and smoothly through the entire spine. Think of yourself almost like water sloshing in a cup. Your spine is moving and undulating back and forth. Stay with your breath. Let your breath move your body. Think of your whole body like one oceanic wave moving back and forth against the shore. And we'll take 3 more. Really allowing the strength of the earth to support you in this movement. Two more. Last one, come back through tabletop, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. On your next inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, fingertips to ceiling, and maybe you gaze to your thumb tip. As you exhale, we'll thread the needle. The right hand will come underneath the left. Your right shoulder will come down, and the side of your head will come down as well. Just being gentle here. Breathing into this gentle early twist. 2 more breaths. Last exhale. As you inhale, firm your left hand into the mat. Inhaling, reaching up, unthread the needle. Right arm reaches up to the sky, thumb to ceiling, fingertips to ceiling. And then exhale back to all fours. We'll take 1 moving swan. Inhale, heart forward, pull the mat through. Exhale, press the mat away, hips slide back. Coming back through center, we'll take the twist to the other side. Inhale, left arm up, reach up, gaze up. As you exhale, thread the needle, left arm under right, shoulder down, side of the head down. We'll take 3 slow, mindful breaths here. Really allowing the breaths to move the spine, articulating the vertebrae, creating spaciousness through the side ribs. Last breath. As you inhale, firm the right hand down, unthread the needle, left arm, left fingertips, reach up, gaze up. And then exhale, left hand underneath the shoulder. And we'll take it through 1 moving swan. Inhale, bend the elbows, pull the mat, pull the heart forward. Exhale, push the mat away, round the back. And come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes. We're going to keep really deep bend in the knees. And we're gonna come to standing forward fold. So deep bend in the knees and walk your feet slowly towards your hands. A very generous bend, the thighs maybe touching the torso, and then make sure you can take 2 fists between your big toes. This is the minimum distance, so you can really allow a wide straddle here, or those 2 fists. Those 2 fists are your hip distance, your anatomical hip distance, roughly. When you arrive, allow your torso to hang. Option here to grab your elbows. Let the head be heavy. Relax the neck. Relax the jaw. And if it feels comfortable for you, it feels accessible for you today, you can really gently sway side to side, perhaps circling your elbows into infinities. Think of this like traction. So the weight of the head, the gentle softness of the head is allowing more space to insert itself between your vertebrae, between your fibers of your muscles and your cells, really allowing this gravity to pull you in a way that we don't normally investigate through our day today. One more breath. If you're taking those gentle circles side to side, come back to center. If you have the elbows, release them. Tuck your tailbone, bend deeper through your knees, and roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time to stand. Shoulders come forward, up, back, and down. Palms facing forward, and crown comes up last. Take your thumbs, tuck them into your fists, curl your fingers around your thumbs. And we're going to take this flat edge of our thumb side to our lower back. And you'll start to press into the back and move the skin, the tissue up and down. So you're kind of jostling the lower back, soft bend in the knees. And you can take this out to your hips. Keep the shoulders soft, yes. Back to your spine. You can move this up towards your kidneys and mid-back, your thoracolumbar junction. Move this back down to your hips. Maybe out again, wherever this feels good for you today. And kind of moving that fascia, that connective tissue, waking up our lower back. Spaciousness where we feel supported. And then you can let that go, shake your hands out. Maybe shake your shoulders out, shake your arms out. And I'd like for you to if you need to readjust, find your standing position here. Perhaps close your eyes. Feel the distribution of weight in your feet. Does one foot feel more rooted than the other? And do you need to bend your knees slightly or shift your weight a little bit more into one foot rather than the other? See if you can create some evenness between your feet, between your contact with the ground to feel rooted. Staying with your breath. And once you feel that evenness, we'll begin our Y exercise. So what this exercise looks like is you'll breathe in from this space of rooted, grounded evenness. And as you exhale, you'll step 1 foot forward, take your hands up, palms facing you, and lunging forward, you'll say Y. Inhaling back to your starting position. You can join me at any time now. As you exhale, maybe you take the other foot forward and you say Y, hands up. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling forward, Y. Inhaling and lunging, Y. Coming back to that neutral position. Lunging forward with the other leg, front knee bent, reaching your hands up, palms facing you, Y. And keep going at your own pace. Choose your own time. Why? You can choose the level of your voice, the expression of your voice. Why? And the most important thing here is you do not need to know the answer. Why? But it is the expression coming to your natural breath. Why? Just expressing and beginning to move through this. Why? Why? Inhaling to neutral. Exhaling. Why? Inhaling back. Finding your center and exhaling forward with force. Why? Inhaling back. Exhaling. Why? Inhaling. Exhaling. Why? 2 more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Why? Last time. Why? Come back to center. Find your feet, find your stance, find your rootedness with the earth. Option here to take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and just breathe. Witness, allow whatever's coming up, whatever emotion, sensation, whatever breath pattern, whatever you are feeling is perfect. Just noticing and breathing. Moving into our next exercise, allow your feet to come a little bit wider and maybe take your right foot slightly forward, maybe a half step, bend your knees. Feel your tailbone lengthen into the earth. Feel your crown reach up towards the sky. If you're holding your hand over your heart and your belly, you can relax them to your sides. Make your hands into fists and bring them up towards your heart. And the elbows will be by your sides. You'll take a deep inhale in, breathing in, filling your lungs, filling your belly. And as you hold your breath, you'll begin to punch out in front of you. Just hold and punch. And as you hold your breath, you'll punch out until you can no longer hold your breath anymore. And when you feel like you can no longer hold your breath, you'll bring your fists back to your heart and exhale. Breathing in and begin on your own, starting to punch, holding your breath, punching out with force, using your body. You can maybe move your shoulders side to side. Move your hips side to side. You can make this slow, you can make this fast, you can change your tempo. And then when you feel like you need to exhale, it does not need to be now. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. When you feel like you need to exhale though, you'll bring your hands back to your heart and exhale. Soften the shoulders. And we'll do this for 2 more minutes. Inhaling. And begin. Punching out, feeling the energy move out of your fists in front of you, moving out of your body. Notice any temperature changes in your body. The weight, the energy, the physical sensations. And when you feel like it's time, hands back to heart, exhale. Empty your whole body out. Inhaling deeply, fill the entire vessel of your body. And when you're ready, one more minute. One more. Meeting me back in your strong stance. Whenever you're ready, take your time. Whenever your exercise is complete for you, if you're finding that you want to continue the exercise, you can absolutely do that as well. But for those of us that are complete, allow your feet to feel firmly planted into the ground. Soft bend in your knees, the tailbone energy moving down towards the earth. Shoulder blades soften, jaw soft, crown reaching tall. Breathing in. Option, if you like, to take the opposite hand to your heart, opposite hand to your belly. One more breath here. Gently opening the eyes if you've closed them. And our next exercise, we're going to be reaching up overhead, so I apologize that you can't see the top of my arms, but what they look like is this as I reach. So imagine that there's something on the top shelf, whatever that energy, whatever that thought, whatever is needing to be released for you right now. And that might just be a feeling, right? That might just be a thought or a specific thought. So I just let yourself feel into what that is for you today. You'll take 4 sharp inhales in. And as you inhale, you'll reach up, alternating hands. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe coming onto your tippy toes to really get that last thing. And as you exhale, heels down, bend the knees, folding in. Exhale, arms come forward and back. Inhaling, reach, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, and I invite you to make noise. You can make a ha, make a sigh, a sound on that exhale. Really let it move out of your body. We'll do this 4 times, all right? So when you're ready, and again, when we're reaching, you can really get on your tippy toes if that's comfortable and accessible for you today. So let's begin. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, release. Inhaling again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, release. Inhaling, really reaching through the sides of the body. 2, 3, reach through the ribs. 4, exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Rolling up to stand. Letting your breath to become natural once more. If you like to place your hands on your body, one at the heart, one at the belly, you can absolutely do that here. Notice your heartbeat or your body rising and falling with your breath. I'll give you this option after this section once more, but if your body would like to sit down, you can do that now. Otherwise, you can stay standing with me. If your eyes are not closed, I invite you to close them, taking your fingertips to your chest plate. Begin to tap. Almost as if you were tapping on an old-fashioned typewriter, except instead of your digits moving one at a time, you're using your whole hands to press these buttons. You might notice that some parts of your chest plate are more tender than others. Moving your hands, roaming around, finding different places on your chest plate to explore, underneath your collarbones, through the center of your chest, wherever this is feeling, wherever your fingers are feeling called to press. Keep tapping. And then let this be a little more gentle, a little softer. Find a comfortable place on your chest plate, your sternum, maybe your ribs. And tune into how you are feeling. You can say this in your mind clearly or out loud. And every declaration, every observation, every witness statement will start with I am. Beginning now, I am centered. I am concerned. I am worried. Let these come as fast or as slow as they need to, but really allow yourself to express exactly the emotions that are coming up for you. I am worried. Keep tapping, keep feeling. I am worried. I am disconnected. I am yearning. I am holding. I am processing. I am sad. I am sad. I am love. I am love. Take a few more breaths. Allow your body to continue to anchor into your breathing as you witness and you observe your I ams. Keep breathing, keep tapping. And we'll take a couple more breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you have more I ams that you would like to declare, that you would like to witness and bring forth, please continue with this exercise. Otherwise, clearly in your mind or repeating out loud after me. I witness my grief. I witness my grief. I see my healing. I see my healing. I witness my love. I witness my love. Let your fingertips gently fall away from your body. And you have two options here. We'll either self-hug or you can move your hands in a way that feels like you're cradling your arms, your heart space. In our self-hug, you can take one hand under the opposite arm, the other hand on top, hand on shoulder, or cradling. Keeping the eyes closed, seated or standing, you can begin to sway side to side. Feeling into the energy of your healing, your grief, and your love. Allowing the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings that arise, allowing them to arise, allowing them to express, allowing yourself to hold this space of your healing and your love. Letting the body gently move as it wants. Perhaps again, gently swaying, rocking, moving, undulating side to side, holding yourself in your hug or your self cradle, holding yourself. And feeling your breath move your body. Feeling your breath allow your emotions, your feelings, your sensations. Dropping your hands gently to your sides, coming back to center, and find that rooted quality. If you are standing, you find that evenness of your weight into your feet. If you are seated, you find that evenness of your sit bones, your thighs into the ground, into your seat, into your chair. And as you inhale next, you'll bring your elbows back, your palms will face forward, and you'll arch your spine forward, maybe even bringing your chin up. As you exhale, the palms will flip down and you'll bring your elbows forward, arch the spine in the opposite way, navel to spine, heart backwards, chin down. Inhaling, open, palms up, elbows back, heart forward. Exhaling, hands down, elbows forward, heart back. And you can get the hips involved in here as well. Inhaling. And exhaling. And now clearly in your mind, inhale. Or out loud declaring it, you can say, I love you. Exhale. Inhale, I'm sorry. Exhale, forgive me. Inhaling, thank you. And now without the breath cues, but we'll say it together. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. Once more, I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. Take your hands to your heart. Feeling back into your dedication for today's practice. Feeling back into the energy that you would like to dedicate. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. Breathing in. Sighing or breathing out. And now let's make our way down to our mat. We'll be setting up for a pigeon pose for this morning, or sleeping swan, it's also called. So coming onto all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You'll slide your right knee forward towards your wrist. And today's expression will be placing your toes at the front of your left knee. So we won't be taking it all the foot all the way across to the opposite wrist. We'll just take the toes to the opposite knee. So a pretty acute angle here. And then from here, you can slide your left leg back, coming onto your fingertips. If you have any props or if you'd like to take one of those pillows or your bolster, I love the option of placing the bolster underneath the right sit bone, elevating the hips. So whatever's comfortable for you today. If you're finding that this is not comfortable for your body today, then you can come onto your back, take your right ankle over your left knee, and then pull this into your chest, taking a supine figure 4. So really allow your body to choose how this expresses through yourself. For those of us in swan, sleeping swan or pigeon, if it is comfortable for you, fingertips to the mat, you can begin to walk forward, placing your hands firmly into the ground and allow them to almost be an additional support here for you. If you want, you can absolutely take another pillow, placing it under your belly, and then folding completely forward, letting this be as restorative as you want. So there are multiple layers to this pigeon. And as we are here, wherever your pigeon has taken you, either into sleeping swan, upright pigeon, or supine figure 4, feel into where your body is meeting the ground. Feel the tactile sense of the ground as it presses and supports the tissues of your body. And you might begin to subtly notice as you breathe, your body pushing back. Your body subtly and gently shifting, expanding and contracting. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, you have the option here to consider your body surrendering any remaining tension, any remaining weight or burden to the support of the ground. That might be your back, your thighs, your feet. It could also be your torso, your abdomen, your chest, the space between your shoulder blades or your shoulders and upper or lower arms. It might even be the back of your neck or your jaw, the sides of your head. Last breath. And we'll be coming straight into the other side. So those on the back, you can switch ankle to knee. For those of us in pigeon or sleeping pigeon, walking your hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll come out as we came in. So you can either drag your left knee forward until the knee meets your toes, hands under shoulders, removing the prop underneath your pillow, or you can come onto the outside of your right glute and then bring your knee forward. Either way, we'll meet in tabletop for those of us taking an upright pigeon. You can sway through the hips a little bit if that feels good for your body. And then let's go into the other side. So left knee comes forward. You're going to tick-tock the toes to touch the opposite knee, the right knee. And then when you're ready, slide that back leg back. Or come into it any way your body would like to. Know that this side will feel different. If you like, if you did so on the other side, you can take a blanket, a pillow, a prop. You can place it underneath the sit bone of your left glute, your left ischial tuberosity. And then find where your body would like to be for this side. So it might be more upright. You might want to walk your hands out. It might feel easier for you on this side to either place a pillow underneath your chest or just to come down and rest. Whatever is the most easeful for your body today. Breathing in and breathing out. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. So if you like, you can begin to bring your awareness back to the earth and where it meets your body. You might feel the weight of your body begin to increase, the gravity begin to increase, the support of your body begin to increase as your focus narrows in, zeroes in on this sensation. And with your exhales, any remaining tension or holding begins to surrender itself. Giving itself over to the support that you have, that you no longer need to hold on to. Last breath. For those of you on your back, you can stay here for a moment. Make sure your chair is nearby. And for those of us upright, plant your hands underneath your shoulders and either slide that back knee forward or come onto the outside of the left hip. I'll meet you in all fours for a moment as you sway your hip side to side if your body wants to. And then everyone, make sure that your chair is close by. We'll be bringing it onto our mat. You have a couple options here, but I'll show you the option that I love, which is taking the bolster or your pillow stack and placing it right at the legs of your chair, or maybe an inch away from those legs. And what this last pose for today's class, what we're doing as our final resting pose, is a supported legs up what would normally be the wall, but we're doing legs up the chair. So you'll take your seat and you'll kind of sit perpendicular to your chair right in front of your pillows. Taking one arm, you'll place it onto the ground and you'll roll onto your back and place the pillow underneath your sacrum, so right underneath your hip bones. And then you'll extend your legs, bending them calves on the seat of your chair. So I'll show that one more time. It's almost like you're rolling onto your support. So you'll come in front of the chair, in front of your bolster or your props. And then taking the arm that's away from the chair, furthest from the chair, you'll take that arm down and roll onto your back, placing the bolster underneath your sacrum and then your calves on the chair. As our final resting pose, you do have the option of taking your palms up and arms either by the hips or kind of in a T motion, taking them away from the body. Or if it feels okay for you today, you can also definitely take one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. And for those of us who are down, taking one last huge, deep, full body breath in. And then exhale, release all remaining tension, physical, thoughts, energetic, anything that's ready to be released. Letting your breath return to its natural pace and rhythm and volume. And we'll take this final resting pose in silence. So really allow yourself to be in silence. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to be. There's nothing that needs to be done except lying here with yourself in silence. And when we are complete with our mini resting pose, I will guide us out. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. In the pure light within you, guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, roll onto your right side as comfortably as you can, perhaps removing the bolster or pillows from underneath your hips, taking your legs off the chair, coming out as we came in, keeping the eyes closed. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat, taking your hands to heart center. Take your time. And then begin to rub your hands together, creating heat, creating friction, keeping all that relaxed energy in your shoulders and your jaw and your neck. And when your hands feel like they are warm and inviting, cup your eyes gently with your palms. Finding comfort and ease in your alignment in the seat. And in this dark recess of your cupped palms, open your eyes and let them be in complete darkness. Feeling comfort here, perhaps. Softly, gently separating the fingers, allowing a little light in as you remove and slide your hands from your face. Taking your hands one over the other in front of your heart. And as you inhale, feel your heart fill your hands. And as you exhale, feel the support of your hands around your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me in this session. If you have any questions, any recommendations or requests, I'm here. Thank you. Namaste.